Welcome everyone. This is a new generation of class where we discuss facts about things and places. Our case study today is centered on one of the water bodies, as we'll be opening our eyes to the craziest facts about oceans. So sit back and enjoy. According to research and based on the facts established, it's believed that water covers about 71% of the Earth's surface, and thereby we can say the Earth is a wet surface. This has been experimented, and the fact was established when the ground is being dug due to some certain depth, water is being noticed. There are different ranges of water bodies depending on their sizes, such as wells, lakes, lagoons, seas, and oceans. Water never ceases to move. Our planet's water supply is constantly shifting from one location to another, and from one form to another as a result of the water cycle. We can say without the water cycle, things would be pretty boring. More than 96% of the world's water is salty. Freshwater sources such as rainwater flow into the rivers, streams, lakes, and groundwater, thereby providing people with the water they need for their daily activities. Do you think there's anyone in the world that doesn't need water to survive? I know that the answer is no. Water's an inevitable natural resource. Man may barely survive without water, as a man uses water for various things such as washing, bathing, and cooking. Groundwater is easy to visualize, and your understanding of the water cycle may be that the rains are flooding rivers and lakes. The invisible water under our feet, on the other hand, is essential to life. Oceans are deep bodies of water that consist of many water bodies. Now, let's get down to some facts. How did the word ocean come into being? In the 13th century, the word ocean was first used in Middle English. It was derived from the Old French term ocean, which was derived from the Latin word okeanos. The exact meaning of the Greek word alludes to the ancient world's belief that the planet was made up of a single landmass surrounded by a huge river. There are majorly 5 oceans in the world. These include the Pacific Ocean. This is the largest and oldest and deepest of all the oceans in the world, with an area of 179.7 million square kilometers, and extends to about 15,500 kilometers from the Bering Sea in the Arctic. The Atlantic Ocean. This is the world's second largest ocean. It makes up roughly 1/5 of the world's oceans. The Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is the world's third largest ocean, covering 20% of the planet's water surface. It's bordered on the north by the Southern Asian, and on the west by the Arabian Peninsula and Africa. On the east is the Malaya Peninsula and the Sunda Islands and Australia, and on the south, it's the Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean is the world's 4th largest ocean, and then finally there's the Arctic Ocean. Do you know anything about the ocean's colour? If you're asked what colour the ocean is, I know you would give the answer to be navy or dark blue. Well, according to what we see in our ocean today, one can stand a chance of being correct, as the noticed colour is actually navy or dark blue. The colour is clear and transparent, but when there's a lot of it, the water is quite deep. With no reflection of light off the floor of the ocean, the water looks very dark navy blue. The absorption and scattering of light cause the ocean to be blue. The blue wavelengths of light are scattered. This makes us think the ocean water is blue, but rather it's pure and transparent. Where do you think the loudest ocean in the world is? The National Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration, or NOAA, discovered the bloop, which was one of the loudest sounds ever recorded in 1997. The sound was so loud it travelled about 3,000 kilometers. The nature of the sound first led the researchers to believe it came from an animal, despite the fact that there's no animal that's big enough to create that sound, as the frequency was so high. About 15 years later, the NOAA discovered that the noise is actually caused by an ice quake, which occurs when seismic activity causes a crack in the frozen water. Many people, however, continue to doubt the conclusion made by the NOAA, and the bloop continues to be the subject of many conspiracy theories. Water at the bottom of the ocean is hotter than those at the surface. Have you ever wondered why the temperatures become more intense the higher and deeper you travel on Earth? Solar radiation regulates the temperature of our oceans. Near the equator, the ocean's average water temperature receives much more sunshine, and consequently more radiation, resulting in warmer water. This means that the tropic region is about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. This research was made by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. With the exception of water coming from hydrothermal vents on the seafloor, the water temperature on those deepest parts of the ocean can be as low as 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. The water ejected from these vents can reach temperatures of up to 400 degrees Celsius, which is equivalent to 750 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty hot, right? Did you know that nearly 95% of life on Earth is found in the water? With so much going on well underneath the surface, it's simple to disregard that the oceans are flowing with life. Today, it's believed that about 95% of living creatures alive are aquatic animals. According to the USA Science and Engineering Festival, research was made and it was established that mammals living on the surface of the Earth that is ground are still a minority compared to aquatic animals. Did you know that there's a lot of gold in the ocean? With days, research is being made on the treasure which can create riches and wealth, but it seems the oceans are not being explored as there's enough materials to create riches and wealth inside the ocean. The oceans are brimming with gold, just waiting to be explored. The problem here is figuring out how to get the valuable metal out of the ocean ground. Many people have been trying to find these treasures, but their efforts are rendered futile. That's not to say that people are still not making attempts to get these valuables. According to research by the National Ocean Service, the ocean contains about 20 million tons of gold in the regular ocean. However, gold is dispersed to the tune of 1 part per trillion throughout the usual mineral composition of ocean water. People are making their headway to it, as it was discovered that if the gold from the ocean is being distributed equally among all people on the planet, each of us would receive 9 pounds of it. Did you know that one iceberg may provide enough drinking water for 1 million people for 5 years? A huge iceberg from Antarctica carries around 20 billion gallons of water, which is enough to provide drinking water to 1 million people for 5 years. This knowledge, however, is not simply useful for demonstrating how huge these icebergs are. For this reason, a company in the United Arab Emirates is planning to start towing icebergs from Antarctica to the coast. The country receives only 4 inches of rain on average each year and is at risk of severe drought in the next 25 years. But this iceberg water solution may be addressing the situation. Did you know that most volcanic eruptions occur in the ocean? It's always been a mystery, as one would ask what correlation has hot magma got to do with water? The volcano is the eruption of molten magma. Volcanic eruptions only happen in a certain location and are not random. This is due to tectonic plates, which are a sequence of slabs that make up the Earth's crust. Although these plates are hard, they float in the Earth's interior atop a hotter, softer layer. These plates spread out, clash, or slide past one another as they move. 60% of all active volcanoes are found in the tectonic regions at the tectonic plate borders. The majority of volcanoes are found along the Pacific Ocean region. Although we observe the most active volcanoes on the land where plates meet, the majority of the Earth's volcanoes are concealed from view on the sea floor along spreading ridges. Let's talk about shipwrecks on the ocean floor. It's been estimated that there's over 3 million ships resting at the bottom of the ocean as they slowly sank below the sea surface, never to be seen again. The ships contain cargoes and lots of treasures such as gold. So as we speak, many ocean floors are deposits of treasure. Have you heard about the Bermuda Triangle? Unusual events have been reported in the area of the North Atlantic Ocean off North America, where more than 20 aircraft and 50 ships have been reported missing. The area is reported to be triangular in shape, marked by the Atlantic coast of Florida. These events have been reported since the mid-19th century. Some ships were discovered abandoned for various causes, while others were never seen or heard from again after sending no distress signals. Aircraft have been reported and then disappeared. Even the rescue missions sent to aid them have reportedly vanished while flying around the vicinity of the triangle. So far, there's no sign of shipwreckage, and some explanations proposed to explain the recurring ridge have never been proven. We need to talk about water pollution. It's no longer a new concept to virtually everybody around the world that water pollution is hazardous, not only to the aquatic animals but to the lives on Earth, which also include humans. Water pollution is the process of contaminating the water bodies by human activities, such as releasing harmful substances which result in the killing of the organisms in the water bodies, such as lakes, seas, lagoons, and oceans. According to research, over 90% of water bodies around China are polluted. This is a result of casting about 60 million tons of waste into the ocean per day. What we don't understand is that what we do today will determine either life or death in just a few more years. Many of our activities have actually created lots of havoc in the environment. One of the examples of this activity is the release of carbon dioxide, which eventually diffuses into the ocean and renders it acidic. Such water will therefore be dangerous for the aquatic organisms. The process of releasing carbon dioxide to water bodies and rendering it acidic is called ocean acidification. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to this channel. And remember to hit the notification bell icon so that you can have access to our unlimited videos, discoveries, trending news, and also be notified when we release a new video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to watch another more related concept from our channel. So, stay tuned for more of our videos, and don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. We love you.